In this video, I'm going to show you how to do some simple formatting to edit your document. Let's say you have some text and you want to change the appearance of how it looks on the page. Perhaps you want it double spaced, perhaps you want it centered, or whatever. This will show you where to do that. Okay, now first of all, let's just take a look at this here. We have this document here, or this text is very simple. It's typed out. There are no returns. There's no hard returns. All the returns are created automatically. They're created automatically through Word itself. So if you're typing, you just keep on typing. And this is the best way to create a document. Just do the typing without any formatting. Don't press enter unless you want a new paragraph. And if you want a new paragraph, press enter once, not twice, even if you want more space between the paragraphs. For example, let's say at this point here, I want a new paragraph. I press enter once, not twice, and there's a little bit of a space in there. I'm going to show you how that's done. Now let's select the text that you do want to change. Go to paragraph and indent spacing, and this will show you how to control your basic text. Your alignment is left, your body, this is the style, and I'll show you that in another lesson. Your indentation left is 0, your right is 0, there's nothing special here, there's no first line hanging, it's a regular paragraph. Now the spacing before is 0, and the spacing after the paragraph is 10. And the line spacing is multiple, which is at 1.15, and that's where we got the extra space in there. Now let's change this to single, and yeah, and so now it's back to, and I'm going to change this to 0. Now as you can see, it's just one large lump of text now, although there's two paragraphs. So what I'm going to do is reselect that, and let's say, for example, I want space in front here, and I want the document to be a little bit more space in between each line. So I would go here, then I would, on the first one, indentation, I would click on here to show you how much it is indented. Sorry, that's the left indent. Now you could have a special, let's say, for example, this is called a first line indent. And between the paragraphs I want, let's see, 12 points. If I select OK, the first line is indented by a half an inch, and between each paragraph there is one line spacing, or 12 points of spacing. Now, oops, I forgot. I was going to put, I'm going to go back up here, and I want each line to be double spaced, or let's say 1.5 lines. I could also do exactly, or at least, sometimes at least is better. I want at least 12, 13, 14, 15 points between each line, and that's just a little bit of extra space. Maybe this is easier for you to read. It's not quite double spaced, not quite single spaced, so you can play with this number. You can have it as 15. As a general rule of thumb, 6 points is a half a line. So right now 12 points is one line, and you need at least one line, otherwise it's too crowded. But let's say I want 1.5 lines, I could go to 18. I could also go 1.5 because they have these ones that are already set, 1.5 lines. But 18 points is actually the same as 1.5 lines. If I want double lines, I could go to 24. And again, I've got double. You've got the option here is double, which is the same. So now it's 24. Actually, I think the double is a little bit more than that. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's a little bit more than 24. But in any case, you can play with the number to how much space you want between each line, and as you can tell, very, very simple to do. Now you could also do it another way, and that's using the ruler up here. This will show you the margins. There's this triangle here, which you can click on and drag, and that affects the first line. So I can click and drag this top triangle to any point, and that will change the very first line of the text. On the right side, you have only one triangle because there's only one area of text that will affect, and it affects the whole margin of the text. I'm only doing the first paragraph here. Now, the bottom one here, as you can probably guess, affects the bottom part of the paragraph. So in fact, I can change this to just a little bit, right there, and I could even go backwards, where this is called a hanging indent. You might think that's a little bit strange. It is used in some cases, but it's also used a lot for a bullet list. For example, if I type in the word 1, or the number 1, sorry, and then tab, it will line this whole text up. And so it's used often in lists as well as things like resumes and such, and any kind of list you want. Okay? You can also do that option with the bullet lists, but that's a different sort of animal, and it creates automatic listings, which is a different thing. And in the next one, I'm going to show you how to do this automatically for your whole document.